She was only 11 years old at the time.
She was only 11 years old, but what was so interesting, when we asked her to do all this research and put together a plan, she didn't stop. She kept at it. And this was over the course of several years. She just kept researching and learning, and I will never forget the day she was reading a magazine. And it was about kids who needed opportunities in another country. And she looked at us and she said, "Mom and Dad, if we don't do something now, this will never happen."
We visited Tanzania many times, and we had particularly seen the KISA program as it was getting off the ground. And one of the amazing things that we saw over those several years, in the early years of KISA, was how these girls who would start out being so shy become these wonderfully self-confident young women who would talk so much about their dreams, their goals, their aspirations in life. And I'll always remember this one young girl standing up, Chiku. Chiku introduced herself, and then she said that KISA now meant for her that she could be and was going to be the president of Tanzania. Just an absolutely wonderful moment, just to think that is possible now through what KISA has done and what all of AfricAid's programs has done is really just a remarkable thing to think about.
I just can't even say enough how remarkable our community of supporters are. They fundamentally believed in the importance of girls' education in Tanzania, and they loved empowering young people here in their communities to help bring their dreams to life as well. It has been absolutely remarkable.
My father had worked most of his life for all sorts of countries all over the world, particularly developing nations. One day we were out on safari, and one of our drivers, Rasul, said, "I noticed that your last name is Shuyler, and do you know someone named Harlan Shuyler?" And I said, "Yes, that's my dad." And Rasul said, well, how is he doing?" And I said, "Well, unfortunately, he passed away about a year ago." And literally, right at that moment, Rasul just broke into tears and said that my dad had changed his life. When my dad was in Tanzania working with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, Rasul was my dad's driver at that time. And when the project was over, Rasul asked my dad if he would give him a letter of recommendation. And my dad did so. And Rasul said that letter literally changed his life because it enabled him to get the job that he now had as a safari guide. I think it was a very important moment for Ashley at that time, because I think she saw then how just some really small act of kindness could result in something that had such enormous impact on somebody's life.
You know, you start doing work like this as service, and your goal is to help other people, which it is, but what you don't know is how fundamentally you are going to be changed. That as you were reaching out to help others, you were so lifted up in the process. We were lifted up individually and as a family, and it truly changed our lives.
Ashley would tell us that she had a favorite saying that she really liked. It was by someone called Frederick Buechner, I believe. And the saying goes that you should try to find your vocation where your greatest joy meets the world's greatest needs. That's such a powerful saying, and I really think that if I were talking to our grandkids right now, I would say, that's what I hope that you're able to find at the intersection of that joy and those needs.
I will tell them how grateful we are that their mom, Ashley, opened our hearts to service, because it fundamentally changed our lives in the most amazing way.